Hello, internet friends. I came across a few more things that I wanted to share. This goes along with the last video about the jabs that our friends from the top are trying to stick in us because they care so much about keeping us safe and healthy. But this basically is a quick little follow-up to the one that I just put out with more important information about the C19 shot. Okay, this is December 8th. Here's why jaxed people still need to wear a mask. The new C19V from Pfizer and Moderna seem to be remarkably good at preventing serious illness, but it's unclear how well they will curb the spread of the C19. That's because the Pfizer and Moderna trials tracked only how many vaccinated people became sick with the C19. That leaves open the possibility that some of these people will get infected without developing symptoms and could then silently transmit the virus, especially if they come into close contact with others or stop wearing masks. If vaccinated people are silent spreaders of the virus, they may keep circulating it in their communities, putting the unvaccinated people at risk. And then moving to the right, neither the Pfizer or Moderna V trials tested whether the V's, this is getting really hard, prevent people from being infected with the virus. Those trials instead focused on whether people were shielded from developing disease symptoms. That means that it's not clear whether vaccinated people could still develop asymptomatic infections and thus still be able to spread the virus to others. Right, and I don't even watch the news anymore, but I'm pretty sure the media is not covering this at all. Most people are under the assumption that once they take the jab that their life can return to the old normal because they'd be doing their part in slowing the spread of this dangerous virus. If everyone knew that the only benefit of taking the shot would be limiting the symptoms that they experience if they actually catch it, then I'm not sure that anybody would sign up for it, especially when you take a look at the adverse reactions that the CDC has silently put up. So, seems like a scam to me. Moderna designed a C19V in just 2 days thanks to mRNA technology. If the pharmaceutical company is successful, we would be facing something greater than immunity to the C, the possibility of programming cells at will. As laboratories are working hard to develop a V against the C, it emerged that American pharmaceutical company Moderna took only 2 days to design its proposal. The speed of the response is a result of the use of new mRNA technology. How does it work? Then on the bottom, in simple terms, we can view mRNA as a USB device that cells use to pass information from the computer, DNA, to another device such as a printer, ribosome. And still on Moderna, the C19V produced immune responses for 4 months. Antibody responses to the Moderna's shot candidate, mRNA 1273, remained strong for almost 4 months following the shot, data from phase 1 trial indicated. So again, it appears to me that the media is informing people that once they take the jab, or two, now that all these companies are saying it's a 2-shot process, that people think things are just going to go back to the pre-C19. But if this Jax is only good for 3 to 4 months, these jabs are going to be required possibly up to 3 times a year. You have 2 shots at a time, 3 times a year. And then you look at how they talk about how it could mutate and such. Not good. Okay. 4 people given the new C19 shot in clinical trials developed Bell's palsy. A document released on December 8th reveals more details about the Pfizer shot, which is expected to be the first to be authorized for emergency use in the United States. The document reveals that 4 cases of Bell's palsy, a condition that causes temporary facial paralysis, were identified in study participants who received the shot, but none of the participants who received a placebo. These cases occurred at 3, 9, 37, and 48 days after the shot. And this was 3 of the participants, and I created this meme. Just thought it's not funny, but think it's an easy way to send this out to people to maybe raise some awareness to it. Pfizer shot effective, safe, FDA staff says before meeting. The V uses technology called messenger RNA that transforms the body cells to fight the virus. Moderna Inc. also makes an experimental C1N shot based on messenger RNA. So normally they'd put a dormant version of the virus in the shot to help your body build immunity, but if you look to the lower right, it's from the FDA and the CDC, it says, since no quantified virus isolates of the 2019 nCoV were available for the CDC to use at the time of the test was developed and the study conducted, assays designed for the detection of the nCoV RNA were tested with characterized stocks of in vitro transcribed full-length RNA. So in other words, it's an admission that they had never isolated the virus. And this is from the same article where the FDA is saying the Pfizer shot is safe and effective. On the bottom, 6 people died in the clinical trial of almost 44,000 participants. I read a different article that said it was just over 11,000, but regardless. The 2 in the V group were older than 55. One died of cardiac arrest 62 days after taking the shot. The other from arteriosclerosis, a condition where blood vessels can harden with age, 3 days after the shot. And they're saying that 4 of the people that died were in the placebo group, which would be sugar and water. Had Pfizer not given them that sugar water, I'm sure these people would probably still be alive. And then also keep in mind that Pfizer has paid out billions of dollars in healthcare fraud settlement. So how much are we going to really put our faith in that company? And then here's another funny meme that I'd encourage people to share. And then I created this list. If you guys think it'll help, maybe take a screenshot and then send it over to whoever might be considering taking the shot. But on the left it says, with the V, you may develop adverse reactions including, and this is from the CDC, death, Guillain-Barré syndrome, acute myocardial infarction, which is heart attack. It's funny they use a word that nobody's familiar with. Stroke, convulsions, seizures, Bell palsy, and then et cetera, et cetera. You see how long that list is. Underneath, you have a 95% chance of surviving the virus if you get the shot, and then you may still pass it on to others. And then over to the right, without the shot, and this is only if you contract the virus, you may experience cough, fever, chills, sore throat, runny nose, shortness of breath, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, loss of taste or smell, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Some people do not experience any symptoms. And you have a 99.8% chance of surviving it if you don't get the shot. And you may pass it on to others. So, whether or not you get the shot, it's possible that you could pass it on to others. Here's another meme I created. If you guys want to share it around, maybe help wake some people up. It says, just 20 miles north of the famous playwright William Shakespeare's birthplace, the first man to receive the CV jab is William Shakespeare. Just a true story. Underneath it says, All the World's a Stage by William Shakespeare. All right, and that's all I have for this one. Hope you guys learned something new. Hopefully you can share it around with people. Give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Till next time, peace and love.